Polished Secrets. A day in the life of a nail tech with a hidden past. Monday, April 7th, 2025. 6:15 a.m. Charlotte, North Carolina. Uptown District. You ever have one of those mornings where everything feels just off? Like the air's too still and your coffee machine hisses at you like it's trying to warn you? That was today. And let me tell you, by the end of this story, you'll understand why. I woke up to the soft hum of my diffuser and a text from Vanessa. Hey girl, lunch at Nico's Deli, noon? I got something wild to tell you. Vanessa's one of my closest friends. We met 3 years ago when she booked a last-minute acrylic set and spilled an iced coffee on my floor. We laughed. I threatened to charge her an extra 10. Boom. Instant bond. Lights on, soft lofi playing. My first client at 8 a.m., Danielle, a finance manager at a private equity firm uptown. Danielle's been acting weird lately, jumping at every text, asking me if I've ever hidden cash inside nail tips. Yeah, girl, I'm licensed, not laundering money. But today, she brought a flash drive, slid it across my table like we were in a spy movie. If anything happens to me, give this to the woman in Suite 301 at the Wells Fargo building. I laughed, thought she was being dramatic, but her eyes, stone cold serious. I tucked it under my towel pile and moved on. Vanessa's already at the table, sunglasses on indoors. Red flag. What's going on? I ask, sliding into the booth. She sips her lemonade like she's hiding state secrets. Promise you won't freak out? Girl, you know I don't make promises before food. Okay, I've been working with the feds, undercover, in the finance sector. I thought she was joking until she pulled out a badge. An actual federal badge tucked between her receipts. I think Danielle's involved. I've been tracking someone in her firm moving large sums under shell businesses. Nail studios, mostly. Yours isn't flagged. Yet. But her appointment records, they show coded names, and one matches your studio's address. I couldn't focus. Danielle's flash drive was burning a hole in my drawer. I cracked it open. Files, charts, dozens of payments linked to fake salons. One of them was called Kai's Nail Haven. The kicker? I never registered that name, but the address was mine. She's sweating, eyes darting, says she forgot her keys. You didn't even bring a bag. She freezes. Her phone lights up. I catch a glimpse of the screen. Transfer complete. Trace failed. And then she runs, like full-on sprints out of my studio. They sweep the place. Turns out someone cloned my business license and used it to funnel close to $3 million in fraud. And Danielle, she vanished, like poof, off the grid. So yeah, April 7th started with iced coffee and ended with a federal investigation. The bright side? Vanessa got promoted, I got a new studio address, and from now on, I definitely check what's on a flash drive before I tuck it under my towel pile. Dark friendships, shady finance deals, and nail polish? Just another day in the life, right? The night was thick with silence, the kind that presses into your chest and makes every creak of the floor feel accusatory. I sat cross-legged on my couch, laptop open, combing through every file from the flash drive again. This time with Vanessa's encrypted software, which she'd casually airdropped to me over dinner like it was a Spotify playlist. That's when I found it, a folder titled Polished. Inside were photos, surveillance style, images of me, my clients, even the back alley near my studio. One file was labeled with a date 3 weeks ago, time-stamped exactly when I'd taken a smoke break and FaceTimed my cousin. I hadn't told anyone I was out there that day. And the photo angle, it was taken from above. From a drone, maybe? My stomach twisted. These weren't Danielle's files. They were someone else's. Someone watching both of us. A second player, unaccounted for. And there was a logo on one image's corner, M31 Partners. I Googled it. Nothing, not a business, not even a shell company, just a dead end. As I'm piecing all this together, there's a knock at the door. Light? Polite? Too polite. I tiptoe to the peephole. No one's there. My fingers hesitated as I opened the door slowly. A note was tucked under the doormat, sealed in a black envelope with silver lettering. Be careful who you trust. Not every agent wears a badge. My blood ran cold. The handwriting was neat, clinical, almost robotic. I turned the envelope inside out. No return address, just the faintest scent of sandalwood cologne on the paper. I thought about Vanessa, my ride or die, my brunch buddy, my girl who wore knockoff Chanel slides to stakeouts. Could she be playing me too? Was she protecting me or using me? I pulled out the badge she showed me earlier. Yep, I'd swiped it when she hugged me goodbye. It had a holographic seal, sure, but the issue date? It expired last year. My chest clenched. Either Vanessa was deeper undercover than she let on, or she wasn't FBI at all. The next morning, I went analog. No Wi-Fi, no GPS. I didn't even bring my phone. Just a notebook, pen, and that flash drive, which I'd copied onto a burner USB. I used a public computer to look up M31 partners again, this time through an encrypted dark web. Browser I had Vanessa install last year as a joke during a wine night. The joke wasn't funny anymore. I found a form entry from 2019, written by someone under the username Polish Punisher. It detailed a group laundering money through beauty businesses in 5 states, using front-end nail salons with backdoor crypto exchanges. The forum post ended abruptly, mid-sentence. If you're reading this, you've already been seen. And below it, a comment posted 2 weeks ago from a user named Van the Truth. It read, M31 never dissolved. They just changed polish brands. KY's is next. That wasn't a warning. It was a countdown. Back at my studio, I had a noon client, a new booking under the name Jenna K. She was stunning. Smooth caramel skin, ice blonde pixie cut, Hermes scarf draped too casually around her neck, but her energy was off. She asked too many questions about my suppliers, my business account, whether I used cash apps or wire transfers for high-ticket clients. She kept her phone on record the whole time. For TikTok, she claimed. But when she got a call mid-appointment, she answered in a language I couldn't place. Sharp, fast, Slavic maybe. Then, just before leaving, she tipped me $200 cash and slipped a card into my brush jar. I didn't check it until she was gone. It was matte black with no number, no name, just embossed letters. You have 48 hours. M31. I ran outside, heart racing, but Jenna was gone. No car, no trace, just the faint scent of sandalwood. Again, Vanessa showed up at my door just before sundown, no warning, no smile. Her eyes were bloodshot. She looked like she hadn't slept in days. I didn't let her in. I met her on the steps. She lit a cigarette and exhaled like it might be her last. You were never supposed to see those files, she said, voice hoarse. I tried to keep you out of it. I really did. That's when it all poured out. Vanessa had once worked for M31. 4 years ago, she flipped and became an informant for a rogue group of investigators. Off the books, not officially government. They were tracking illegal funds flowing into fintech investments through beauty salons. The badge? Fake. Her promotion? A lie. Danielle's not the villain, she said, eyes glistening. She's bait. She fed. You that flash drive to flush me out. And now they think you're my partner. You're marked, Kayana. Before I could ask what to do, she was already backing away. Lay low, she whispered. And don't trust anyone, not even me. I didn't sleep. I packed a bag with just the essentials. Burner phone, laptop, a roll of cash, and my gel polish kit. At the Greyhound station, I spotted Danielle sitting near gate 4, hoodie up, sunglasses on. I sat one row behind, heart hammering, and slid the black card across the bench. She didn't look, didn't speak, just slipped me a folded napkin as she stood and walked away. Inside was a scribbled message. M31 isn't a company, it's a syndicate. Vanessa was one of them. She was sent to you before she flipped. You were the experiment. Below that was an address, 1233 Beacon Avenue, Tallahassee, FL. A nail supply warehouse I'd ordered from only once, and stamped on the corner of the napkin, that same black and silver logo. This wasn't the end of the story. It was the beginning. And apparently, I'd been a part of it all along.
Let's be real, everything is crazy expensive right now. Especially getting your nails done every 2 weeks. But the gag is, we've got everything we need to do our own nails at home. Like seriously, Amazon Shine. And a bunch of other sites have all the goodies acrylic. Dip powder, polygel, press-ons, the options are endless. I started adding up how much I was spending at the nail salon and was like, yeah, no, so I watched a few YouTube videos, grabbed some cute affordable nail supplies, and taught myself how to slay my nails at home. Now I get to switch up my style whenever I feel like it, and I've been loving it. I'm not a licensed nail tech or anything. Just a girl who loves cute nails and saving money. So if you're ready to become your own nail tech, I got you. Let me show you how easy and fun it really is.
The warehouse at 1233 Beacon Avenue looked abandoned from the outside. Faded signage, cracked concrete, and a rusted roll-up door barely hanging on its hinges. But when I stepped inside, the air changed. It smelled of acetone and vanilla. Fresh. Too fresh. I crept past towering stacks of unopened nail supply boxes, each marked with unfamiliar brand names that didn't show up in any legitimate distributor registry. In the back, behind a sliding false wall, I found a small office. Monitors lined the wall, all showing different nail salons across the southeast, mine included. One camera showed the alley behind my studio, live. Another, a shot of my apartment hallway. My breath caught. In the corner of the room was a whiteboard. On it, scrawled in red ink, was a flowchart connecting names I recognized. Danielle, Vanessa, me. But at the top of the board was a name I didn't know, Lilith. And next to it, circled 3 times. New York, April 14th. I was driving north now. No real plan. Just instinct and a gut full of caffeine. At a gas station off I-95, I stopped to catch my breath and check my burner phone. One new message from a number I didn't recognize. It's Lilith. You've been resilient, impressive, let's meet. Attached was a screenshot, my studio's appointment book. Someone had booked an appointment under the name J. Black for April 14th at 10 a.m. The location, my studio, in Charlotte. The message continued. Come home, Kiana. All answers begin where the Polish dries. My hands trembled. I had a decision to make. Keep running or walk straight into the fire. And something deep in my chest, something sharp and defiant, whispered, go back. End this. The bell above the door jingled, and I froze mid-breath. She stepped in with quiet confidence. Tall, dark suit, flawless manicure, and the kind of aura that makes rooms fall silent. Lilith. She didn't introduce herself. She just sat down at my table, crossed her legs, and placed a sleek leather briefcase between us. You were never the pawn, she said, opening the case. You were the blueprint. A self-sufficient, legitimate operation in the middle of a money laundering network. You proved this model works. Clean hands, dirty profits, all under the scent of lavender cuticle oil. She smiled, handing me a contract. We want to partner, expand, or disappear. My heart pounded, my palms slick with sweat. Was this a threat, a reward, or something far more dangerous? Because in that moment, as I stared into Lilith's steel-gray eyes, I realized something terrifying. This was never about Danielle, or Vanessa, or even the money. This was about me, and they'd been watching from the very beginning. I stared at the contract. It wasn't some vague startup proposal or laundering scheme. It was detailed. Pages and pages of legal language that basically granted me 49% ownership of a nationwide nail bar franchise called Polished Black. The catch, I'd be the face of it. My name, my technique, my business model, they'd use my clean history to legitimize an empire. You don't need to respond now, Lilith said, standing smoothly. But just so we're clear, you've already said yes by surviving this long. We just want to make it official. She placed a USB drive next to her untouched cappuccino and left. As soon as the door shut, I grabbed the drive with trembling fingers. The paranoia was so loud, I thought I could hear it buzzing in my ears. I didn't trust Vanessa. I didn't trust Danielle. But worst of all, I was starting not to trust myself. What if part of me wanted this? I showed up unannounced. Her apartment was barely lit, and she looked like hell. Hoodie, blanket, empty wine bottle on the counter. So, I said, holding the USB up, why didn't you tell me I was the product? Vanessa didn't even flinch. Because you wouldn't have played your role right. You had to believe you were just trying to survive. That's what made you perfect. My throat tightened. You used me. Her voice was tired but not remorseful. I kept you alive. Kayana. Lilith doesn't hand out opportunities. She absorbs people. But you became an asset. You've earned leverage. Now use it. She handed me a manila envelope marked Fallback. Inside were flight tickets to Geneva, a new passport with my face but a different name, and an offshore bank card. You have 48 hours to disappear Or you go all in. Sleep? Impossible. I sat at my kitchen table, lights off, candles flickering, studying the contract and the escape packet side by side. Two completely different lives. One would give me power, influence, luxury. The other, freedom, peace, invisibility. I turned on the USB drive. A video autoplayed surveillance footage of me over the last year, not just in my salon, but in my gym, my grocery store, even at my grandmother's birthday. Someone had been curating me, shaping me. The nail art contest I accidentally won, the influencer who randomly reposted my work, the free mentorship program that taught me how to scale, all of it had been orchestrated. I wasn't self-made, I was lab-grown. And yet, I still felt dangerous. Like if I played this game right, I could flip it all on its head. Maybe, just maybe, they underestimated me. The channel where mystery meets nail obsession. I break down chilling cases, shocking twists, and unsolved stories you won't stop thinking about. Disclaimer, the crime stories shared on this channel are fictional and created purely for entertainment purposes. Viewer discretion is advised, as the themes may still include sensitive or suspenseful content. Watch as I bring you thrilling tales well. Thanks for watching. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss an upload.